way to start off a video of answering uncomfortable questions by pointing out something uncomfortable. I have a cold sore. Right here, we're just jumping in, being completely honest. My camera also tends to soften things so it might not look as bad. But yeah, cold sore right here. They suck. Always my reminder that life's not perfect. I think I'm just trying to procrastinate answering these. But I posted on my YouTube community tab over a week ago that it had been 2 years since I did an answering uncomfortable questions video. And you guys really seemed to like it. And I liked sharing more than I normally would because of this video concept with you guys, so we feel more connected. So I asked you for some more questions to answer and make me feel uncomfortable, especially because so much has changed in only 2 years. I got over 7,000 questions. So one, thank you. But two, I tried to pick either the most interesting ones that I've never talked about yet, or ones that I saw repeatedly asked. But I thought a perfect question to start with was this first one. What do you feel has changed the most since the last time you answered personal questions when it comes to your personality and perspective of life? Well, I went back to watch that video to see what questions I'd answered already to make sure I didn't answer them again over here. I'll link that if you missed that first video. But my God, my makeup has changed. What was I doing with my makeup 2 years ago? What was that look? Why was it so dark and orange? I hate it. I hate the way my makeup looks in that video. My hair was also a lot more purple. This is like therapy for me, guys. I think I'm realizing one of the biggest things that has changed from 2 years ago to now is I'm going just a little bit more natural. Like, yes, I'm still addicted to the eyelashes, but I've toned down my eyeshadow. My lipstick is pretty natural colored. My hair is more natural. It has a purple hue to it. It really shows in the day. There you go. See, it still has purple, but I'm throwing the purple color over my natural hair color instead of bleaching it because it damages it, makes it feel crappy. I've also started accessorizing a little bit more. So yeah, that's something that's changed. I also think 2 years ago, I was really, didn't show it, but aggravated by the world. I was constantly reading about politics, the news. I was going through a cancer scare, which I talk about in that video. I was just so like bitter, I think, back then, and now I'm very, I don't know what's going on. I know like the big bullet points of what's going on in the world, but like I don't know who's getting canceled right now. I don't know what meme is big on the internet. Whereas 2 years ago, I was focused on everything, things I couldn't control, things that didn't even really matter to me in my life. I was so focused on those things. And now my time is spent working on myself, working on being a parent now, being a wife, being a daughter, a sister, a good person when I go out into society to my fellow person. I'm super focused on making content because lately I've been getting so much joy out of making content again, which is great, and playing games and watching shows. I'm focused way too much on this question, but I think overall it just shows how much I've changed my appearance, but also I've changed what's important to me. There you go. Okay, next. This question was probably asked the most. I don't know why. Maybe because I guess I've just never talked about it. But to sum up most of what people were asking, has a fan ever creeped you out before? Like being stalkerish or creepy? If so, tell the story. So I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of you in real life, and so far all the experiences have been great. The only bad experiences are people or viewers who have taken it too far to try and figure out private personal information about me. That is not being a fan. That is being not cool. So for example, not too long ago, somebody found my phone number, my cell phone number. Don't know how they found it. And they called me pretending to have an accent, which I knew right away was a fake accent. I was also dealing with Melody crying, and the only reason I answered the phone was because I was expecting a call and thought it was that phone call I was waiting for. So instead of tending to my baby, I'm answering now a phone call from a fan, most likely, with a fake accent trying to figure out if they had my phone number. They asked for a different person. I told them they had the wrong number, and then they asked who they had on the phone, and that's when I hung up and blocked the number. So yeah, not cool. That is my personal phone number for me to be in contact with people in my life. My friends, my family, appointments. It's personal. It's a personal phone number. At my old house, I also answered the door during Halloween to give candy out. And a little while later, some of the kids came back because they recognized me and wanted to ask if it was actually me. That was a my bad. Usually I wear a mask during Halloween so that people can't see me, so they don't know where I live. But I was very nice. I talked to them. Totally different situation than coming to my house. It was Halloween and they just like did a double take. But like a couple months later, I see these same kids come in front of my house on a different day with a video camera videoing the front of my house. That's not cool. That was my old house though, so I will not be answering the door anymore for Halloween. And then lastly, some people found my childhood home address, which nobody we know lives there. That house was sold. Mail got delivered there. And then somebody also found my parents' address in Florida and sent them mail for me. It freaked them out because they did not know if they should open the box or not. Do not send mail to addresses that you think are mine or my family's. It causes a lot of anxiety because I'm sure you don't mean harm, but some people do. And I don't want to open a package from somebody that I don't know who it's from or what could be inside of it. But luckily, those are my only creepy, bad fan experiences. People trying to track personal information down, or where I live down, or my family lives down. Oh, also people creating fake accounts for me, my dog, Bobby, or Melody now, and then adding all of my friends on Instagram or Facebook. Not cool. I can't tell you how many messages I've gotten from like high school friends of mine that are like, is this you? No, I love you guys, but no, enjoy me here. And if you see me in public, say hello. That is totally fine, but not my personal private space, especially with the baby. No, 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 not cool. Next, I remember you saying that you have anxiety. How did it start? And what do you do to help with it? I think I talked about this in the last video, but I can't remember. So yes, I have anxiety. I mean, who doesn't? But that's part of the problem. I just assumed everybody felt like this. And it wasn't until I started dating Bobby or hung out with other people and talked to them, I was like, oh, not everybody is nervous and scared about things all the time. Not everybody has this like pounding in their chest every time they think about something simple, like having some people over the house. It definitely goes up and down. Right now, my anxiety is very good. Knock on wood. Look into it yourselves, but I've been told to try ashwagandha, which is like a supplement. It's like a natural supplement. That has actually seemed to work a little bit. I also find better ways to deal with it. I think being busy is like the best cure for anxiety. It causes anxiety, but also helps. Like if I'm busy but organized, have organized chaos busy days, then I don't even focus on anxiety because I just focus on the next thing that I have to do. Meditating has been a great help. How did it start? I think my anxiety peaked in college. I think just being out on my own and going through so many new experiences and meeting so many new people, and then moving to New York City, which causes anxiety to me now. I'm pretty sure all those just combined and like made it worse. I had it and then just added like kindling to the fire in college and just made it way worse. Now that my life's calmed down and I don't live in the city anymore, my days are kind of mainly the same. It's gotten a lot better. Okay, mom related questions. Did you enjoy being pregnant, or was it hard/miserable experience? It actually was not bad. And I know every pregnancy is different. Mine was very easy until the end. Like maybe the last couple weeks, I was having terrible heartburn. My back was hurting. I couldn't exercise as much. I was really tired. The first trimester, I had really tired days, but it wasn't all the time. And I was kind of nauseous in the morning, but it wasn't bad. It was maybe for a week or two. And then I had so much energy and just, I don't know, endorphins, I guess, that your body gives you to get through the pregnancy. Pregnancy was not that bad. But I also know some people that hated being pregnant. And I don't know, if I get pregnant again, I might hate it the second time. It's completely different. Did you experience postpartum? So yes and no. There's apparently something called the baby blues, which takes place in the first 2-ish weeks after you have your baby. And it's not classified as postpartum depression until after that, when it still is an issue. But baby blues is like a normal, natural thing that the majority of moms go through after they have a baby. Your body is just flushed with hormones. Everything's trying to figure out how to go back to normal. Your whole life just changed, especially if it's your first baby. You're not getting much sleep. You just went through this huge experience. So it's normal for women to be very weepy, get overwhelmed really easily, be sad for no reason. So I 100% experienced that for like 2 solid weeks. Anything would make me cry. Anything would get me overwhelmed. The first 2 weeks were rough. But yeah, so I had that for 2 weeks, and literally after the first 2 weeks, it went away. And that's when I realized I luckily, knock on wood, did not get postpartum depression. I did, however, get postpartum anxiety, which I did not know was a thing. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You get overwhelmingly anxious after having a baby. And I was anxious about everything. Talking it out with Bobby a lot helped to make me see that, okay, it's probably just my hormones and my anxiety like out of whack and nothing's actually gonna happen and everything's gonna be fine. So yes, I got postpartum anxiety and baby blues for like 2 weeks, but luckily not full-blown postpartum depression, so I was lucky in that respect. What has been the hardest part of recovering from labor and delivery? And how are you feeling physically now? Do you struggle with your mental health at all, specifically body image? I've heard a lot of new moms struggle with body image for years after giving birth. Okay, because this video is all about getting up close and personal, I'm pretty much all healed from labor and delivery. I'm almost 10 months since. That's crazy. But there's still like little things that remind me that my body is not the same as it was before. One of the weirdest things that nobody told me about, feeling the urge to go to the bathroom and trying to like hold it in until you get to a bathroom is extremely hard for me after giving birth. It's something about like your muscles needing to still like go back to normal. It's gotten better. But for like months afterwards, I would go from not feeling like I had to go to the bathroom to I have to go to the bathroom right now or else I'm going to pee my pants. And every now and then it'll still happen. Like I'll just be doing something and then all of a sudden I will remember I have to go to the bathroom right now and I like have to get to a bathroom within the next couple minutes or it's gonna be bad. Also, your hips widen after pregnancy. I mean, I still have baby weight, but a lot of my tops and things fit still. It's just like all hips. I'm hoping those go back a little bit after working out and things, but who knows? As far as my body image goes, I honestly didn't care the first couple months. Like after I had the baby, I didn't care what I looked like. I was just trying to take care of another human being, trying to eat when I was able to eat and exercise when I was able to exercise and sleep when I was able to sleep. It's only been the last couple months that I finally feel more myself, more rested, more in tune with my new schedule in life that I'm like, you know what? I finally want to try my hardest to lose the baby weight. And it's been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been harder than I thought. I've gone through highs and lows with my weight my entire life, but this time it feels a lot harder to lose the weight, especially because I have such limited free time now. But I have lost 3 pounds in the last couple weeks, so yay me. So hopefully I'm on the right track, but I don't know. When I look in the mirror, I'm not like upset. I'm sad I don't have my pre-baby body, but at the same time, I'm not like, ew, I'm disgusting. Which kind of ties back to like me going all natural. I think I'm just like, I'm just chill right now. Just chill with most things, including my body. I'm like, I want to lose the weight to be healthy. I'm still okay with the way I look, but I could stand to lose the baby weight. I'm doing my best and I'm trying to be easy on myself because I understand how much is on my plate right now. No pun intended. I'm trying to be kinder to myself and my body, even though I'm not at my happiest weight-wise because of the baby. What is the hardest part about being a mom? I mean, I knew this going into it. Putting yourself aside the majority of the time. And I was already bad at doing this. Like I would take care of everything else besides myself. And now it's gotten even worse because I just am so focused on the baby and work and Bobby or my family or my friends, but mainly the baby. This question's weird because I feel like the hardest part about being a mom changes in the first year of them growing up. It changes like every month because they're like a totally different baby every month. And yeah, filling the days because right now I feel like we're doing the same stuff all the time because she's so young still. And it'll be more fun when we can like go out in the world and do things with her. What's the scariest thing about being a parent? Thinking your kid is gonna die all day, every day. You listen to a news report, something happens to a kid and you're just like, oh my God, I pray that doesn't happen to my kid. Or like, it just like reminds you, you're like, oh my God, there's bad things in the world. But yeah, that's probably the scariest thing about being a parent is just like constantly worrying that something bad is going to happen to your kid. Has Melody changed anything about your personality and how you act? And how has being a parent affected your relationship? I'm guessing you mean my relationship with Bobby? So like I said in the beginning, it probably changed my personality in that I'm super disconnected from like anything that is not important in the moment for being a mom or a YouTuber or a wife or whatever. Being a parent, it hasn't affected our relationship. If anything, it's made it that like we have to like make time like to do things together. Because a lot of times one of us will be watching the baby, like right now Bobby's watching the baby, and then once I'm done doing this, I'm gonna let him have some time to like de-stress from having to parent a baby. We have to find time at the end of the day for both of us to hang out and do something. It's also been weird because we have been together for so long and we've usually only had to worry about like ourselves or each other or Dexter, but he doesn't need much. So now both of our attentions are like always toward this baby. It's toward the baby, then Dexter, then each other, then ourselves. So it's like we're fine. If anything, it's affected my relationship in that I appreciate him so much more and how much he does. And hopefully he feels the same. Like we just appreciate each of us being okay with like taking over when the other person needs a break or needs to go do something. Is it stressful having a baby? Do you sometimes miss not having a baby? I knew somebody would ask this. Is it stressful having a baby? Absolutely. Especially when I had a job where I could literally wake up and do whatever I wanted or needed to do in a day. Because I worked from home, I worked for myself. I can't do that anymore. I wake up and I have to figure out what the baby wants or needs and then who's watching the baby so that I can do my work, and then I come up and then do the same thing, and then I maybe get like between 1 and 3 hours depending when she goes to bed to myself without having to worry about the baby at all. Also, there's so many aspects of having a baby that are stressful, like if they're crying and you don't know how to help, and so you just have to endure it and like comfort them. Do you sometimes miss not having a baby? Not at all. Like there's days where I'm like, oh, I wish I could just run out to the store super quick and get something rather than spend like 20, 30 minutes trying to get the baby ready, get the baby in the car, go to where I need to go, get the baby out of the car, figure out what her setup's gonna be either in the stroller or in a carriage or whatever, and then go in there and then have to entertain the baby while I'm getting stuff at the store. I wish I could just run out. I mean, I still could if I asked Bobby to watch her, but I don't ever find myself thinking like, oh, I miss my life before her. My life before her was awesome, and I'm sure I'll be excited to get that life back later when she's an adult. But also, I did so much in my life before I had a baby that I picture my life like, oh, what would I be doing right now if I didn't have the baby? I feel like I'd be kind of bored. I don't know. It was just time for me when we decided to have the baby. I was like, this is the next step. This is the next thing. I don't want to keep doing the same thing all day, every day that I've been doing for the past couple of years. Like, I love it, but I need some spice. And also, she's amazing, and I love her, and I can't imagine not having her now that I have her. I heard so many parents say that before I had a kid, and now I understand. Do you plan on having more kids or just Melody? It's funny, I keep having like PTSD in my head a bit, thinking of having another kid and being like, I have to go through 9 months of pregnancy and doctor's appointments again, which could either be the same and not so bad, or way worse than the first pregnancy. Then I have to go through labor and delivery again. And then I have to go through the whole like newborn phase. I basically have to redo everything we just did with Melody. Like once she started sleeping through the night, I was like, this is so great. And once she started being excited about things in the world, I was like, this is so great. And once she started napping good, and I was always like, oh yes, like we finally made it to this next period that'll be a little easier maybe. Now I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have to do all of that again if we want another kid. I always thought that maybe I would try to have another kid after like a year and a half, but where I'm standing right now, I don't think it's gonna be that soon. I'm really enjoying my time with just one kid. I feel like adding in a second one is gonna be chaotic. I've heard it's hard. So I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer till Melody's a little bit older. Maybe when enough time has passed that we kind of like blocked out what it's like to have a baby again, and we don't remember all the bad parts of the beginning. That's when we'll have another baby. We'll have forgotten everything. I already kind of forget some of the beginning stuff. But as of now, yes, we're hoping to still have another kid. Don't know when. But also, if for some reason, like we weren't able to get pregnant again, or it just didn't work out, that would be okay too. We'd be totally happy with Melody. She's awesome. But no, I want her to have a sibling. And I'd love to see like what other kinds of kids we would have, because they'd have all different personalities and looks. I think that's kind of cool. If Melody came out as LGBTQ+, how would you respond? It'd be kind of easy because I don't care. And not in the sense that like, I don't care, go away. Like, it'd be as if she came up to me and said that she liked boys. I'd be like, okay. It's like, you like girls. I like both. I'm like, okay. It's also a little easier because she has Bobby's brother, so her uncle, is gay and has a boyfriend, so it'll be a little bit easier because she'll have grown up knowing that that's a thing, that like people can like the opposite gender or the same or both. A lot of people ask like, what if Melody did this when she was older? What if she wanted to do this? Basically, when it comes down to it, I don't ever want her to feel scared to tell me something about herself that she thinks she is or wants to be. I want her to come to me and I want both of us to learn more about it, experience more things in that so that she can feel comfortable. I don't ever want her to grow up in a house that like she feels that she can't be herself. There you go. Okay, now YouTube related things. Is being a YouTuber and a new mom hard? What's the hardest about it? Yeah, it's super hard, especially when YouTube is like nonstop. I am constantly getting hit up in email about things. Every week, I'm constantly trying to figure out new ideas for videos and putting out new videos. But then I also want to spend a bunch of time with my baby. So I try to section my weeks. Like the beginning of my week is I'm focused on YouTube, like filming ideas, back end stuff. And then the last half of the week, I'm like half devoted to YouTube. Like I'll do it when she's napping or when I have time. But yeah, the hardest thing about being a YouTuber, and it's the same with having any type of job while you're a mom and you have a kid, is just figuring out your time, managing your time more efficiently. Like you don't have all day, every day to do stuff anymore if you want to see your baby. Do you ever get stressed that people will or already do judge you as a mother for having the job that you do? Also, do you ever go back to doing the consistent non-app gaming content that you used to do? I'll touch on that after. Do I get stressed that people will judge me for my job? I don't get stressed about it. If somebody's gonna judge me for having a successful career just because it's something that's not normal and it's online, then that's fine. I don't need to hang out with that person or have that person in my life. If anything, it helps me figure out who I should hang out with and be friends with and be around. I'm sure there will be some parents down the line that I meet through Melody's stuff that don't like it, but that's fine. It doesn't stress me out. I honestly don't care because I'm happy with what I'm doing and I know that it's given me an awesome life, this job. So why would I care if other people don't like that? And then the last part of this question goes with the next question too. Do you miss how things used to be before you went in a more reacting to or trying out DIY tricks style of content? Your days of modded Minecraft SMPs. Both were mentioned Minecraft. So, first of all, I was a little confused when I saw both of these because, yeah, I have some app games and I have some reacting content because usually it's for like Life of Luxury only lately. But everything else has been Sims, scary games. I've been throwing Minecraft in there, lots of scary games. The majority of it lately has been scary games and then Sims and Minecraft sprinkled in and then some app game and reacting content. So I don't know if you mean you miss the days of like series content, which no, I don't think I'm gonna do series anymore like I used to. I will say that there's a special secret Minecraft SMP series that's in the works that should be starting sometime next weekend, where I will once again be doing some old school Minecraft series content, but in a more story-based way. I've been really inspired by LD Shadow Lady's Minecraft series lately, and I really want to do more of like story-based Minecraft and Sims things. But I am so excited to be back on a Minecraft server with other YouTube friends. It has been so long. So yes, I have missed how things used to be, but also I'm really enjoying the content that I'm making now because I get to like be a character. I don't know if either of these people have been watching recently, but my most recent, like in the past month or two, content has been playing games, not just app games, some app games, but games where I'm like pretending to be in that game as a character, or doing Sims videos where like I'm making a full-fledged story out of my idea. So that's what I'm hoping to do with Minecraft too. I'm super excited for you guys to see that. I hope everybody likes it. Since having a kid, have you ever thought of quitting or just taking a long break? I'm gonna be honest, I have never thought of quitting, but I have been fantasizing about taking a long break, especially since my good friend Gloom recently has taken a very long break, has not come back yet. I'm waiting for the right time. Like right now, I don't feel like I need a super long break. A week ago, I took a week off. So I think I just want to be better at doing that. Like if there's a week where I'm feeling really burnt out or just not myself, or I just have so much going on, I want to get better at not forcing content. I want to get better at being like, I'm going to take a week off. You guys will be fine. The channel will be fine. And I'll be back next week when I can really focus on my content. Like I want to get better at doing that. Someday I would like to take a very long break. And by that, I mean like a month. would be really, I've never taken a month break since starting YouTube 8 years ago. Almost 9, or I think 9 years ago now. Wow. Yeah, I've even through having a baby, I had content prepared. So technically I had a month off when I had the baby, but again, it wasn't a month off. I was exhausted and taking care of a baby, but I had content still going up normally every week because I had filmed ahead so far. Okay, I feel really bad that my editor Emily had to listen to me ramble on for an hour almost. I'm so sorry, Emily. I hope you guys learned about me more. I feel like I don't know what I talked about this whole time. Like, I don't feel great at the end of this video. I hate talking about myself. I hate it. But hopefully you guys didn't. Hopefully you liked it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like before you go so that in the future I might do another one of these, check in with myself, with you guys. And until then, if you're looking for something else to watch, why not check out one of these videos? There's also a subscribe button right there and some merch down here. I'm actually wearing some right now. So click or tap any of these. And as always, I will see you guys soon.